Hello, Cancer. Thank you very much for tuning into this week's read. For the main part of the read, I'm using Tarot Grand Lux by Cyril Marchetti. Website is usgamesinc.com at the top here. Supportive Oracle cards, Magical Spell cards by Lucy Cavendish. Illustrated by Jesse Reish. There's also a website at the bottom, heyhouse.com. Feel free to freeze frame and check that out if you'd like to. Okay, what do we have for Cancer? The Success card fell out of the Oracle deck while I was shuffling. Okay. So I see where that's coming in now. Balance, moving things forward. Success came out again. And prosperity. Okay. Wisdom. Wisdom is not for you in this one, ironically. You're smart. It's fine. The reason I'm saying that's not for you is because I feel like somebody else has to come to their truth. This is about somebody else figuring out what they really need to know. It's like this is... Once they figure out what's going on with them and they really pull themselves out of the fire, whatever that means for them, like, the wisdom here is for this person to realize they're not as stuck as they think. They might want to believe they're stuck because the options they have to change their situation they don't really care for. That's kind of the trick with this card too. Sometimes people feel trapped, and it's more because the options they have to change their situation they don't really care for. Even though they might be good options, they just don't see them that way. And I feel like that's what this person or whoever you're dealing with, I feel like it's definitely a person in this one. It could be situational. Take it with a grain of salt. I mean, these are general reads, of course. They have to address and realize they're not really stuck. They just don't like their options. If they can first address that they just don't like their options, I feel like they can start working with their options and then start moving forward to other possibilities. I keep getting like something with sugar, by the way, so I don't know who that's going to hit for. I don't feel like it's about losing weight. It's just kind of like maybe sugar becoming a problem, and just like, it's not that they have to eat less, they just have to change how much sugar, and they can eat other things, and they do a lot better. I don't know why we're going there with that. I don't know, it's popping in, I'm just going to roll with it. But if it fits, great. If it doesn't, move on from it, don't worry about it. There's a whole new change coming in because they're looking at their options. It's like night today. Night today. I'm seeing this here. Night today is what I'm getting. It's changing their whole situation. Everything will change once they just address that they at least have options. I feel like that's what they really got to do. They just got to... I almost want to say they have to admit that they have options. They just don't like their options. That's all. That's literally what it is. I feel like it over and over and over again. It's also like another version I'm getting of this is, say somebody has a job, maybe they make 6 figures, just for an argument. Just for argument's sake, I should say. They can go to a different job, but that's going to be a 5-figure job, okay? Maybe it's not a crazy amount less. Maybe they're just barely in the 6 figures, and this will take them back down stably in the 5. And they're like, well, I can't afford that. I can't afford that. My house payment, my car payment, my blah payment, my blah, 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 maybe this, my that, right? But if they really look at it, if they downsize, tighten in the belt a little bit, or at least, or maybe they might not even like this. This might be another thing where they don't like the option. That expensive car, that expensive house, all these other toys, or whatever you want to call them, amenities, conveniences. Maybe they have a couple different properties. They can downsize and they can sell that house, buy a smaller house, get a more economical or more practical car, would you say? I'm guessing. They can do it. They just at first blush they don't like the option. I think you already kind of got it. I think you get it. But I see you trying to work with this energy, whoever this is, and you're going towards it very carefully and slowly. Your energy feels very strong, like I'm not trying to make any decisions for anybody. I'm just trying to show that this doesn't have to be that bad. I feel like that's your approach. I'm not trying to make decisions for you. I'm just trying to show that there's options here. That's all I'm saying. I feel like that's how you're... Because you got like the 8 of Cups and the Death card. Kind of like, you know what? If you change what you have, yeah, this is great. Like, for example, this house is great, but it's extremely expensive. You know what? It may be a 30-minute drive away, but there's that house over there that's a third of the cost and would not be that difficult to obtain and keep the lifestyle you have. You have to drive 30 more minutes to work, but maybe that's your change. Maybe that's your out. You are addressing it, but you're very careful. I feel like you're very careful, but I feel like it's kind of like Cancer understands what it's like, especially if it's a home related thing. Kind of like when you love your home, you're like, I don't really want to give up that. But if you're kind of like, Cancer's the one, like, they don't like to give up their home. I usually say if you love your home, you don't really like to give up your home. But also, and the same token, Cancer is that one where if I have somebody who I love and the home I love and the home I love, if it becomes between the two, like if it's better for the person I love to change, to sell the home I love, to go somewhere else, the person you love wins out. You know what I mean? It seems like that makes sense in this situation. Kind of like you'll balance it out. Like, okay, I do love this house, but if it's better for everybody else for us to move, I'll do what's right. I'll do what's best for everybody. I'll do for the people I love for, and I'll let something like that go. Cancer is very, very, especially when somebody's in your heart. When somebody's in your heart, you guys are very selfless, it seems to me. You can tell me in the comments if I'm wrong, but it's like you're very, very giving, and you'll like give the shirt off your back, literally. And I feel like you're relating to this person that way. Like, I understand you don't want to give up this, or I understand that, and you're kind of like very empathetic with it. Kind of like, yes, I'm very understanding. I understand how you feel. You're coming forward as a very friendly energy, and you're very much coming forward with healing energy for this person. Very helpful. But very kind, and very kind of like, I understand how you feel, and I understand it's your decision. I'm just trying to show that you have options. I feel like that's what you're trying to do. I don't see this person getting upset with you. I feel like you're helping this person, and you're like, they got these two cards for you, the Lovers and the Ten of Cups. Like, they really believe that you understand how they feel. Which maybe for right now, that's what they need the most, is just to feel heard or seen, or like for somebody to address like this is difficult in the realm of how it feels for them. Just somebody to say, not to look at it like, oh, it's easy, just sell the house and get over yourself. That might be too harsh for this person. It makes them just feel like, you make me feel like I'm a fool for wanting to keep what I love. But your energy's different. Your energy's kind of like, no, I get it. I know why you want that. I know why you love that. I know why that's important to you. I'm not saying you have to do anything. I'm just saying there are options here. You're bringing this person to a place of success. You're helping them see that success. You might be also that person kind of like, I feel like you might be also that person kind of like, this house, when you bought it, it was okay, but it wasn't great. You made it great. You buy another house, you can do that as well. You can do that somewhere else. You can make another house great. And you might point out to this person, it's the people in the house that makes the home. You could have a beautiful, beautiful estate, but if the people in it are monsters, like, who wants that? You could have a little rundown shack, but if the people in it you love and you can't wait to be with, and everything works just well enough, but it's kind of like, it's a little bit of a shack, but everybody you love is there, it's worth so much more. You know what I mean? And everybody gets along, everybody works out for each other, we take care of what we can, and we look out for each other, and we make sure this is taken care of. And, it may not be like the Ritz-Carlton, is that how you say it? But as long as the true love is there and the true joy is there, that's what matters. And I feel like you might also point this out to that person. You're addressing the conflict, but you're not in the conflict, if that makes sense. I do see the Five of Wands here for you with the Eight of Wands. I feel like you're addressing the conflict, but I don't think you're in it, because I keep seeing you balancing things out and sorting it out and saying, yeah, I can understand, I would feel this way too, and I wouldn't like it either, and I can understand how that would feel. I totally understand. This person, really, what helps them is you helping them be seen, be heard, kind of like, I understand, but I think we still have to address that there's options. Options you may not like, but there's still options. You're helping the situation heal. You're helping this person see other possibilities, and really kind of like, it's one of those things kind of like looking at the pool and you're like, I know that water's cold, but it's like one of those things where I know I have to get in the water for whatever reason. For some reason, I feel like I know I have to get in the water. Maybe I'm on the dock. The boat dropped me off on the dock, and the dock is 50 feet from shore. I have to get in this water to get to shore. I feel like this is where that person is. Like, I don't want to. Can we just wait for another boat? Can a boat come and save me? And there's no boats. Nobody's going to come and take them to shore. They have to swim that 50 yards into shore. And I'm like, it's cold. I don't want to get in that water. You're showing them, like, you know what? Once you get to the other side, once you do this, it's not fun to do it. But once you get to the other side, much more possibilities, many more things you can do. You're very empowering for somebody right now. And this is what they need. You're very, very helpful. This is somebody who also cares about you. That makes a big difference. Even if this is a work acquaintance, for example, maybe you don't hang out all the time and maybe you don't do anything outside of work, but this is literally somebody who thinks a lot of you, just to be fair, and they take you seriously. This is definitely somebody who's going to look out for you in return. If they don't already, they definitely will in the future. And if they already do, they will just that much more in the future, just so you know. Because you're giving them possibilities. You're showing them, you got to just let yourself think it out, feel it out. Just give the possibilities a chance, and you do have a chance. The energy's racing there. Where that Eight of Wands is like, I feel like it's contagious, and I'm like, I'm gonna go faster now. You want to help them get through it. You're kind of like, the sooner we get through it, the sooner we can move on. Because I feel like you've already addressed that changes have to happen. And it's kind of like the longer we stay with it, the longer it takes. Ace of Pentacles, the Judgment card. It's a good judgment. It may not feel like it's the best judgment to you right off the bat. I don't feel like you're really happy about how fast things are changing. I feel like that's kind of bothering you too. But judgment does go in your favor and their favor. I don't know exactly how it's going in your favor, but somehow this person, like, you meant a lot. And there's going to be some type of kickback. I don't think you're looking for a kickback, but there's something that goes your way too, just to be fair. It seems more like a surprise of what comes your way. But something really good comes your way, and I feel you stay connected with this person. Energy's just kind of, it was going really fast, and it's like the balloon just ran out of air. But good. Yeah, I think so. I don't see me saying anything else that I haven't already said. All right, so I'm going to shut this down here. I hope that helps. Thank you for watching. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James, the number 4, astral@gmail.com. If you're interested in the donation information, that's below with the same email. Thank you again for watching, and have a great day.